I only want to talk about one more thing with you.
For sure.
So, kind of got a lot of reveals. We have a Comic Con coming up in December. I was talking to you about this earlier. In Brazil, this is the next big Comic Con until we got San Diego next year. Um, During that, we have Sony saying that they're going to have these big reveals. They're saying that we're going to have these big things. It's going to be so huge, and I just can't wait to show you guys. So I asked them, "What is it? Is it Madam Web? Is it Craven? But we already know those are coming out next year. Or is it that they finally got an agreement with Marvel, and they're going to give us a little teaser or a date for Spider-Man 4, or at least this is where they're going to start doing it, at least filming. So we'll have a date for filming for Spider-Man 4, and then know we get into 2024. Is that possible? Because I mean, as I remember, all the other Spider-Man, none of them were announced during any of the other Comic Cons for Sony. For a Marvel, it was always Sony. So is that what they're doing now? Are we going to get that in the next couple of weeks? What do you think?
I think it's possible, especially in the case of Spider-Man 4. I'd say that's probably the most likely possibility, especially since there's rumors floating around that it's going to fit into the narrative of or it's like the events of Daredevil Born Again are going to have an impact on the plot of this, and it's very much going to be like more street level Spider-Man, which I think is awesome. I think that's I think that's a very very likely possibility. As for Craven and Madam Web, I just don't know if there's as much hype surrounding them as a Spider-Man 4 at this point.
Oh, it's definitely not.
Yeah, it just if anything, Sony's proven they just don't know what they're doing with these characters. If Morbius definitely proved anything, the Venom movies are entertaining enough guilty pleasures, but that's mostly because of the performance of Tom Hardy.
Tank hates him. He's like, no, I don't hate him, but yeah, he hates him. It's just we know what that means, Tank.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. They're not very good movies.
yeah, they're just not. I mean, Tom Hardy is fine, but
Tom Hardy's.
it's so many episodes where you're seeing so many things that you're seeing little stuff like Tom Hardy is only like 5'6", 5'7". So like anytime he's with a big guy, they're always like trying to stop it. They're trying to not show the difference in height and all that stuff. It's so weird. Sony's just not
Oh
good.
yeah, yeah, because Christopher Nolan was doing that a lot in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
He shot the
like how you
fight
gonna be
scenes.
Bane when you're gonna be like a pint-sized Bane? Like,
Yeah,
just doesn't make
but
sense.
but but then Christopher Nolan was never that great at shooting fight sequences. So just
Yeah, you hate
um,
that. I
yeah.
mean, he says right
Love
here,
him as
poor
love him as
Geek
a
Nine.
director. He could get a better choreographer though, and just shoot the fight scenes better.
It's not that bad, but Horror Geek Nine says I'm still shocked Sony gave us Into the Spider Verse, which I can't
Me
wait to
too.
see this next episode, this next movie. But this kind of takes me down the path I want to go.
Mm.
Is it possible the major announcement is they're trying to get to Spider Geddon? That what they're going to do is they're going to do Amazing Spider-Man 3. They're going to bring back Tobey Maguire, and at the end of that, end credit of that, and they're going to use Madam Web and Craven to all get to Spider Geddon.
I would be really really shocked if Sony is thinking that far ahead.
I mean, that would be
They
amazing.
Yeah, it would be amazing. Don't get me
That's
wrong.
some Kevin Feige shit right there. It's
Yeah,
just
and it really just kind of seems like they're just kind of reaching into in order to retain the rights to these characters. They're just reaching into
whatever they got to do
whatever
to
little
put them
grab
in a
bag they
movie.
have and just pulling out character names. You know,
But this that I
Madam
mean I
Web.
don't. I don't agree that you need to have all these bad guys have their own featured movies. They should be all part of Spider-Man. Personally,
Exactly.
they should be the opposite to each one of these movies uh, for Spider-Man, and they should introduce Miles Morales before Marvel has a chance to, and do the Spider-Geddon. Spider-Geddon would be amazing.
Yeah.
If they could pull it off. But I almost don't want them to try to do it because I don't know if they can pull it off. I don't want them to half-ass it. I don't want them to half-stepping. I don't want them to do this stuff if they're not going to do it right.
Exactly. Like do it correctly. Like, you know, that's where they've been going wrong. They've just been kind of crapping these movies out sideways.
Well, it's exactly what you said. They have to maintain the rights to these characters, so they have to be in the movie every 2 or 3 years, or they're gonna lose. They lose the rights, so they have to continue to put these BS things out, or they lose the characters. And they're not trying to make a world, make it all make sense, and that's where they're failing. And that's where all these places are failing. I don't want to bring up DC right now because we had a lot talking last episode, but DC's the same thing.
Yeah.
You're failing at creating your world the right way.
Yeah.
You got to take your lumps and your bruises and all that with it. You can take all that, deal with it, and continue to tell the story because your story then will make sense. That's what Marvel does. Not everything that Marvel puts out are bangers. They're just not. But they're a continuation of the story.
Yeah.
You can like it or not like it, but it makes sense. Their timeline makes sense. And they're all going to be part. If they have another great Avengers movie, all of it's forgiven because all those steps, we had to go through those steps in order to get here. That's what they need to do. I mean, they are making terrible movies, so why not just make it all make sense?
Yeah. Or just improve focus on the quality, and the movie's going to sell itself.
Yep. Good movies are going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only thing I really wanted to talk about.